Hey everyone, it's Marianne from the New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees. So there's a lot of things going on. There's two emails that are going around, one from the United Federation of Teachers, Michael Mulgrew, and the other from DC 37's Henry Garrido, all having to do with Memorial Sloan Kettering. Now, this is important because there are some bad actors here, and we're starting to lose track of how many there are. You have Memorial Sloan Kettering putting up on their website that they are in contentious negotiations and talks are breaking down. And yet that contract doesn't expire until December 31st. And today is August 16th. So they're putting this up, asking people to call Anthem and pressure them, and also consider changing your health insurance, listing insurance plans, including Aetna and a bunch of others that you could change to, of plans that they are in contract with currently. Now, that's disturbing because here their population is people who are undergoing cancer treatment, people who are in all stages of the disease and treatment, and people whose the last thing that they need in their life is fear and anxiety. And what they are doing on their website is installing fear and anxiety in telling them that this is going to potentially happen come to January 1st, that March 1st, their plan will be gone and that they won't have coverage to continue their cancer treatment. Okay. The insurer would be Anthem, would be dropping them from the network because that is the contractual relationship that is in negotiations that they are having trouble with. Now, there's misinformation from the unions that this will affect everyone in the city of New York, and that is wrong. It will only affect those who are not on Medicare. If you are on Medicare and Medicare is your primary insurance, this does not impact you. Your Medicare Part A is your primary insurance, and that will cover your health care. Anything that Medicare doesn't cover, then Anthem would have to cover because Medicare did first. So this issue is primarily for those who are under 65 and retired, or an active employee whose city health benefits are your primary health care. Now, if, for example, let's just take a hypothetical that the Anthem plan will go out of network with MSK, well, then what that would mean is that you could no longer go to Memorial Sloan Kettering on an in-network basis, and that your coinsurance would be greater. Now, before we even get to that, because we're too early at this stage, it's important for you to know that typically in these situations, they do resolve their contractual arguments. And yet there is a lot of time between August and January. If the contract were to come to an end and they do not come to a resolution by January 1st, there is what they call a cooling off period where your coverage would continue until March 1st. Now, if you are currently a patient undergoing treatment at Memorial Sloan Kettering, you would have what they call a continuation of care or continuity of care. There is a form you would have to complete from yourself and sent to Anthem requesting an extension of 90 days of coverage. That would bring you to June. Now, Anthem does have to approve that, and most likely they're not going to deny it, but it is still something that you have to apply for, and yes, it is renewable. And MSK has assured me that they would go ahead and make sure that they're working on behalf of their patients to make sure that they accept Anthem's payment for that, even though they're out of network. Where are we concerned? One, that MSK is doing this in August and that they are making it public in August and that they are urging people to contact Anthem and pressure them to sign a contract with them and also encourage them to potentially start looking at changing their healthcare plan come open enrollment, which in some cases, depending who your employer is, may start in September. For the city of New York, it's usually October, November. That's disturbing. What's disturbing is that Anthem also put up a very scary letter on their website, and as of today, I couldn't find it anymore, so I guess they took it down. And then you have the United Federation of Teachers and DC 37 putting out misinformation as well. The one person you're not really hearing from is OLR, and I'm going to take care of that too. However, This is concerning that all of these parties are trying to leverage you in this fight that doesn't belong to us. Okay? It doesn't belong to a retiree. It doesn't belong to an employee. You might be able to influence the conversation by peer pressure. That's really all you can do. This isn't our fight. We can call out greed where we see it because I'm sure that they're all being little greedy bastards at this point, and they should not be using us to leverage their war. The United Federation of Teachers put in their emails that their MSK Direct program would help you in a time in which the Anthem plan would drop MSK. That's not true either. The only thing that plan does is a concierge call services help you make appointments. They do not cover your visits and they would bill your insurance. And if you're out of network, which the Anthem plan is a PPO, then you would be paying out of network coverage. You do have deductibles, you do have co-insurances, and you do have a maximum out of pocket if that were to come. And I don't even want to address that because I'm hoping we don't have to. And if we do have to, we would do it closer to the time frame in which we have to talk about it, which isn't August. And then you have to look at the other parties. Why would Anthem be doing this? Anthem is in the middle of litigation against the city and all the insurance companies because everyone kicked them to the curb out of the last RFP for the active worker under 65 healthcare plan. If you remember, the two finalists are Aetna and Emblem United. And then there's Aetna in this. Why is Memorial Sloan Kettering encouraging the use of Aetna? Medicare Advantage. Why would Aetna be involved in this fight? Oh, I know, because they stand to inherit the entire book of city business, 1.2 million people. This is greed, my friends. That's all this is. I don't know if Michael Mulgrew or Henry Garrido are trying to encourage a move to the Aetna plan, are trying to protect a move to another healthcare plan. Are they trying to make a fair vote between all of these vendors, or what is happening? But I want you to be alert what the messaging is around you and don't just react. There's a reason why this is happening. There's a reason why MSK is doing this in August. There's a reason. And yes, there are laws that do require notification to patients when there might be a change in the network coverage or contractual coverage. But it's usually not done in August. They want you to pressure them. So I'm just going to ask you, anytime you see these emails, to breathe and just wait and see. We will always update you as to what we're hearing and what we're thinking. But between Monday and today, this story changed so much that even if you look at the UFT's email, it says that this might happen. And if you look at DC 37's email, it tells you it's going to happen. You look at MSK's website and it says it might happen. This is why some of these union leaders don't deserve to be leaders. They should not be installing fear and anxiety in you. This is a place where we're supposed to be watching and paying attention and rely upon our leadership to come to us with factual information, not fearmonger. We all know that the unions are in a precarious position because they hung themselves and all of us with them. But don't be used as a pawn in their game. Let all the greedy bastards fight themselves. They are pariahs. Let the pariahs beat themselves up. That's what they're there for. And it shows you the greed in the insurance business, which is exactly why we keep trying to educate them that the best place to be is in a federal public health benefit program like Medicare for us. None of this happens in federal Medicare. And we're not contingent upon contracts or networks or any of that. Or two union leaders spreading misinformation and an insurance company and a hospital fighting each other over reimbursement. Keep alert, stay calm, and don't let them get to you. Insurance greed is just that, greed. And it's driven by profits. And you remember that this is the third quarter that Aetna has had a profit loss, just fired their CEO. And they reiterated the last 3 quarters motto of margins over members. And what does that mean? Profits over people, because they answer to their shareholders, not you. And as of 2023, prior authorizations saw a spike of 10% in the amount that were being processed by the insurance company, which means the only way that they're going to claw back some of that profit is by delaying and denying you care. So hang in there. Remember, this isn't our fight. We could just watch them beat each other up. Don't be used. And I'm not going to be used, and I'm not going to let you be used. You want to write an email and to tell Anthem and MSK, go solve your own crap together, then tell them to go do that. Don't suck you into their fight. And for everyone that's watching that's an active worker and an under 65 retiree, this isn't your fight either. And make sure you tell your union leaders you expect accurate information from them, not fear mongering. Have a great day.